The word for food and also the verb to eat is yemek.
Yemek.
Y-E-M-E-K. So this is the noun and also the verb. So we said that verbs are words you can put to in front of. At school, maybe they told you that a verb is a doing word or a word of action, a doing word, which is a bit of an unhelpful definition because all verbs aren't necessarily doing words like to wait, to be. So if we identify the form with the to, then it's much easier to understand what is a verb. And it's of course not just this to form like to be, but everything that would come from that. So of course we don't say he be, we say he is. So is also a verb. And then a noun, which is usually described as a thing or an object, better to describe it as a word we can put the or a in front of. So the food, this is a noun. Again, if we identify what is a noun by the form, we don't get confused by words like dream or peace, where of course they are not things, but we know we can say the peace or the dream, and in this way understand that it's a noun because we put the or a in front of them. So whilst we don't really care that much for grammatical terminology, it's very helpful to be clear on what is a noun, what is a verb, because of course these different words behave in different ways. So in your language learning journey or journeys in any language, you always want to know when you look up the word, oh, is this the noun, is this the verb? Because in many cases it could be either or in this case, both. So yemek can be the noun, food or the food, there's no separate word for the in Turkish, and it can also be the verb to eat. What this means though is if you say yemek istiyorum, it might be understood I want food or I want to eat it, the invisible it that we don't need to say in Turkish when we know what we're referring to. If you just want to say I want to eat, just generally I want to eat, you will say I want to eat food. So how would that be?
Yemek istiyorum.
Yes, yemek
Really?
yemek istiyorum. Yes, and whilst it will sound very funny to our ears, the mind stores verbs and nouns in separate places, or even the same verb in separate places in the mind, depending on what it's doing. That's why in English we don't laugh when we say I have to have or I'm going to go. But as a foreign learner of English, that might look very funny. Yeah. But your mind stores these as two different words, so you don't even notice that you're repeating the word. Mm-hmm. And the same goes for yemek as a noun and yemek as a verb. Yemek yemek istiyorum. How would you say I want to eat now?
Şimdi yemek istiyorum.
Yes. Şimdi yemek yemek istiyorum. If you say what you're eating, or if it's implied, if we have one of these invisible it's, this it that we don't say in Turkish when we know what we're referring to, then we don't have to repeat yemek. We don't need to say yemek twice. Mm-hmm. No? So for example, if you say sandwich, what do you think that is? Sandwich. If you say I want to eat a sandwich, we don't need the word for a here. You don't need to repeat yemek, you're saying what you will eat. So how would that be? I want to eat a sandwich.
Sandwich, yemek istiyorum.
Good. Sandwich, yemek istiyorum. Pizza is pizza. So I want to eat pizza. Pizza.
Pizza, yemek istiyorum.
Good. Pizza, yemek istiyorum. I want to eat pizza tonight, but he wants to eat salad. So salad is salata. Salata with a T. Salata.
Salata, like in Greek, yeah.
Like in Greek. Salata. So I want to eat pizza tonight. That's the first bit. I want to eat pizza tonight.
Bu akşam pizza yemek istiyorum.
Very good. Bu akşam pizza yemek istiyorum. But
ama
he wants to eat salad.
O salad yemek istiyor.
Good, but salad was?
Salata.
Good. So all together and thinking it through again, not from memory. I want to eat pizza tonight, but he wants to eat salad.
Bu akşam pizza yemek istiyorum. Ama o salata yemek istiyor.
Very good. Bu akşam pizza yemek istiyorum ama o salata yemek istiyor. In the same way as we don't need to repeat yemek, like yemek yemek istiyorum, when we say what we eat. If we're asking what you want to eat, for example, with the word what, again, we don't need to repeat yemek. So how would you say that? What do you want to eat?
Ne yemek istiyorsun?
Very good. Ne yemek istiyorsun? Do you remember what was to do or to make? Also began with Y, and it's a mak verb.
Yapmak.
Yapmak, good. How would you say he wants to do it this evening?
Bu akşam yapmak istiyor.
Good. Bu akşam yapmak istiyor. How do you think you would say he wants to make pizza this evening?
Bu akşam pizza yapmak istiyor.
Very good. Bu akşam pizza yapmak istiyor. So what was the word for food and also the word to eat?
Yemek.
Yemek. And to do or to make?
Yapmak.
Yapmak. What do you think yemek yapmak might mean?
To do food. To make food.
Or what do we say more commonly than to make food? To cook.
Oh yeah.
So yemek yapmak can also mean to cook, literally to make food. He wants to cook this evening. He wants to cook this evening. Maybe here we're emphasizing the he. He wants to cook this evening.
O bu akşam yemek yapmak istiyor.
Very good. O bu akşam yemek yapmak istiyor. What does he want to cook this evening? What does he want to cook this evening?
Ne bu akşam yemek yapmak istiyor.
The time expressions tend to come first. So you can start with that and get it out the way.
Bu akşam
Bu akşam. And then you just have left what does he want to cook?
ne yemek yapmak istiyor.
Good. Bu akşam ne yemek yapmak istiyor? And if you were just to say what does he want to eat this evening?
Bu akşam ne yemek istiyor.
Good. Bu akşam ne yemek istiyor? And if you wanted to use the word for he or she here, you could just put it right at the beginning. O bu akşam ne yemek istiyor?